This morning, Vicki posted a WPC file for this pizza card. I thought it was really cute. I love you more than pizza. So she posted it in WPC format, and I thought I'd show you a box. She didn't post a box, so I made a box for it. Then just before the webinar started, she posted another version of this card. She posted a pizza with scalloped edges because she loves scalloped edges. And you saw how I did scalloped edges, so you could do the same. There's her original file just had regular ones. What you do is you cut 4. So instead of just writing cut 4, I made 4 copies or 3 copies of the original so that I wouldn't forget that I've got it cut 4. And I posted in the chat for you where these files are posted, both this file and the scallop edges, because they're free to download from Vicki's Facebook group. To get a WPC file in to make the cut, you just go to the pink icon at the top of the screen that says WPC, and then you go to where you've stored the file. Let's see if I save that. Yeah. Here's the pizza card. So I just go to the file and click on open, and there it is. It's that simple. So you can use WPC files in Make the Cut, just like that. What I do is I select the text, send it to its own layer and hide it so I don't accidentally cut it. Then on this WPC layer, I right click and tell it to each its own. That puts everything on a different layer. Then I select, let's say, all the yellow pieces and send them to their own layer and empty layers. And I'll send the green to its own layer by clicking on the smaller of the 2 green plus icons in the lower right corner. And right click and I'll send that to the bottom. Then what's left here is these score lines. I left click on the thumbnail on the layer and hold a shift and select all of these, and I can send them to their own layer. Now this would all cut fine, but it helps to have everything kind of organized that way. Your score lines, your yellow pieces, and your green pieces, and your text. So I kind of do that every time I get a new file, and I just save it as Make the Cut. Now if I wanted to use this on my other cutter, I would just select it and go to File, Export, Selection to SVG, and I would call this Pizza Card, and save it. So now I have it in SVG format should I need it, and I also have it in MTC format if I go to File, Save As. I've already got it, but Save as Pizza Card, and it's ready to use with any of my cutters that work with Make the Cut. So this one, I thought, well, if I have that nice card, I need a box. So what I did was make a box and add some decorations, some ornaments, embellishments, so to speak. I love you more than pizza. Thanks for being in my life. Just some things to decorate, similar to what they did here. So for the box, I just did something really simple. I went to Template Maker.nl, and I was looking for a box that might be shaped like this that I could use. And I thought, oh, this shape will do fine. I just need it shorter. But the nice thing about Template Maker is that you can designate what size you want. So I'm going to click on More Options under this box. That'll give me the option to export as SVG. Click on Inches, and I'll make this 4 inches wide, 4 inches tall, and 1 inch high. And then click on SVG and create. So what this did is it created for me a gift box that will fit this card. It folds up into a 4-inch slice. So then all I need to do is right click and save as, and it's saved as a gift box. So I just click on save. Now when I go back to make the cut, I can open a new page here, click on the SVG icon at the top of the screen, and find that file that I just saved, the gift box, and there it is. But you'll notice that this square inside is not quite 4 inches. There's different ways to do this, but this time I think I'll just show you a different way than the last time I used this. I'm going to size this square to 4 inches because that's the size that I want this center part to be. And again, I'll go to contrast. And I think I'll just lock this in place by using this X over here. Maybe I'll lock it down here. Oops, that's not X. The lock. And then this, you'll notice, oh, I got to undo the lock. I've got to send this to its own layer and then lock it. Now this, you'll notice, has no fill color. That means that we have some open paths, and I like to fix that. So what I do is I click on the outer lines to select them and send them to their own layer, and I'm going to hide those and I'm going to join these score lines together. Now the score lines are on their own layer, and I'm going to hide those and show the box. So now I just have the box, and what I want to do is close open paths. Now I know there are open paths because it's not filled. If I want to know where the open paths are, I can click on this Bezier draw tool or the pencil tool, and you see that little dot right there? That indicates where the open path is. Now I could close that, or even easier is just to select it all, click on the wrench icon and click on Fuse and Weld, and I use the tolerance set to max and apply, and then it just automatically closes it. That's the easiest way to fix a template that comes in that way from Template Maker. Now what I want to do is select everything, the box and the score lines, and I want to make sure that my straight arrows, my resizing arrows, are showing so that I can drag a corner. What I want to do is drag it out. Oops, got to make sure I select all. I'm going to make my screen a little bit smaller so I can see it all. Okay, so I have all of these selected. I want to drag them over that square so that I can see when my box is sized correctly. So I'm just going to drag this corner up until the box is just about the same size as that square. When I'm happy with the size, then I can unlock my box and I can click on the red X to get rid of it, and now I have a box that's sized to fit my 4-inch card. Now the other thing that after I got it cut out, I decided, you know, there's a modification that I'd like to make. Nice thing is you can modify anything with your node editing tools. If I click on this second arrow on the left toolbar here, If you don't see that toolbar, you can click the figure 8 in the corner to toggle between seeing it and not seeing it. If I click this line here, hold the control key and tap my left arrow a couple times, I can extend this flap a little bit. If you want your flap a little longer, I would like it to be a little longer. So I left click, hold the control, and then tap a couple times on my right arrow key to give me bigger flaps. If you don't want this little opening here, you may or may not, but I think I don't want it, so I'm going to double click here so I can select a little segment here, double click a little bit to the right of the end of that, and then click on the short segment and delete it with my delete key. Split this, select the finger tab there. Now I'm going to left click with my node editing tool and right click and join to closest node with line, and now I've gotten rid of that little tab there. If I want to keep it, I can keep it. So there's the box, and then you can create ornaments, decorations, how you want. I'm going to go over here. These are just some little decorations that I thought might be pretty. There's one for each side if you want to add some color to your box, and there's a couple for the lid of the box. And these I did as print and cut. You can put any text you want. I made a circle. What I ended up doing was filling a square with paper. So if I go to contrast, you can see my paper here. And I printed this paper. Just going to File, and I'll go to Print Preview. So I just printed it to my printer. And then I cut my box out of this paper. So let me go to the photo here so you can see my box. Then I did a print and cut with the title on a circle, which is what you see here. So and then I made these, I print and cut these to go on the inside of my card.